Hello and welcome to another Wednesday evening chat with Louise. Following on from Sunday's vlog about decluttering, I thought I would chat about having experiences, doing things rather than accumulating more items. Two things triggered it. One, I'm going to read to you something I saw in a magazine, which was this that just stated we are not our possessions, but an accumulation of everything we've seen, the things we've done and the places we've been. And that really got me thinking, because how many times do you really think you want something and then you buy it and the novelty of it kind of doesn't last half as long as the item does, or you then want something better. I think of phones and technology and things like that, and people get carried away and want the next best thing, and then you're conscious of what friends have got. That now doesn't have any meaning for me at all. Spending time with friends and family means so much more. Is that something to do with age? I don't know. But definitely those memories last so much longer than something that could get broken or something you're just going to move around that becomes part of the clutter. So today I've actually been and had my Christmas present with my sisters today. We buy each other experiences because we found one Christmas we were all saying, oh, what do you want? And they're kind of, well, I don't really want anything. And then all you do is you end up swapping money. Oh, well, I'll give you some money and you can get what you want. And you give you some money and get what you want. And you think, well, that was a pretty pointless exercise. You don't remember it, it's a chore, and it actually gets to the stage where you're thinking, oh, Christmas, you're dreading it because it's just a cash thing. You're just giving out money, and it then becomes, you can get a little bit, not bitter, but it just takes the enjoyment and the fun out of it. So one of the things we did today was we've been on a jewellery making course and we've made rings, and I'm going to show you a few of the things that we've done. And I think some of the things about experiences, it isn't just so much the doing them, it's the anticipation of them as well. So looking forward to something is as much as part of the present as actually doing it. So I'm just going to show you quickly some of the things we've done over the last few years and how random they can be. So the first ever experience we tried was tank driving. It doesn't get more random than that. We went over to Leicestershire, a neighbouring county, and it was really good fun. That's my son there, and yeah, it was quite nice for him to be able to come and join my sisters as well. But one would be in the turret, one would be driving, you went around a course, you had your instructor, and it was really good fun and surprising how fast it actually went as well, especially when it had been raining a lot and it was really muddy. And then afterwards we got to have a little picnic, and we went and looked around the museum, and I thought, oh, we're going to look around the museum, a toleration thing for my son, but actually it was absolutely fascinating. We laughed lots, we had a great day out, and you learn new things, and it's just such a memory, and we still talk about it now. So again, that was our first experience of it, and I would highly recommend doing it. It's really good fun. Next outing was walking alpacas. I've got a friend that runs a rescue centre for animals. This is Louise, my namesake. She has Thelma and Louise the llamas and lots of other animals. But the alpacas that are happy to be around people, they go for a little stroll through the Lincolnshire Wolds. You get to see beautiful countryside and spend time with these amazing creatures. And then when we got back, it was my sister's birthday on this occasion, and we sat in the field with the alpacas, and they would wander up and spend time with us, and obviously cake and Prosecco, because that's the way we roll. But another lovely day and another lovely experience. Next one was feeding the penguins. We've got a lovely wildlife centre near us. And look at these little chaps, how adorable are they? And we learned all about the vitamins that are put into the fish to help keep them healthy. And then we were out there and we were able to feed these lovely little characters and the birds that live within their enclosure as well. And it was, again, a fascinating, it's learning about things that we just don't know about how they make pairs and how they stay together and in their little homes in the rocks, and how quick they can move as well, especially when you've got a fish in your hand. But it was a really lovely experience again, and then we got to spend time round the wildlife park, and they'd actually got red pandas as well, and otters, which is one of my absolute favourite things. So to be able to go up close and see those as well was a real treat. And now we're on to today's experience. This is my piece of silver that I started with to make my ring. And this is my finished article here. And as you can see, we had a lovely experience. We're all in a workshop together, just the four of us today. And the lady talked us through all the different methods, how you could texture, how we bent them. My sisters did some soldering and added different things on. And from what we started with to what we finished with, here you can see as the finished articles. Those are the 4 rings we've made today. So I was amazed what we could do in a couple of hours. And here you can see what we've made. Lovely, lovely day and a really, really good experience. I think one thing about the experience that's important is to keep within budget. We set a budget, and if we want to do something that's a little bit more expensive, then we add money to it. And that way it's still a pleasure for the person gifting, but it's also, you know, up to you then where you want to go and what you want to do. But it doesn't have to be about expense. It can be just about spending time. When you think as a child, when you look back to your family memories, what are the things you remember? Do you remember what your parents bought you? Or do you remember the time they've spent with you? So say you haven't got any money, but you could arrange to meet up, perhaps go for a picnic somewhere. You could take your own food, take your own things, but go somewhere really lovely. Or, you know, something on a slightly, you know, lower budget. Go to the cinema. Take the children to do an activity that they want to do. It's not about the money, it's about, I think, the quality time that you spend together. So if you've got any ideas what we could do for our next, we'll call it our adventures, our next activity, I'd love to hear your ideas. I'd love to hear about the experiences that you do and that you give to each other. And apart from, say, skydiving, heights, high wire, that kind of thing, no. But I'm up for pretty much anything else. So I would love to hear from you. And yeah, any advice, any ideas, that would be so cool. Thank you.